Yo, it's Cowboy Cope back with another dope video. So today we got a few things to handle. Had to take a sip of my coffee. By the way, you guys don't know this about me, but I went to Cuba last year for my birthday, and I've never really been a big coffee drinker. You know, only when I would work certain jobs and have crazy hours, I would drink coffee. But being in Cuba, man, I fell in love with their coffee, man. And it's a very strong black coffee, and they come in little itty bitty shots. And one shot of their coffee will have you good for the whole day. Now, if you know anything about Cuba, you can't bring products from there, and you can't buy their products because of the embargo that John F. Kennedy put into place back in the 60s. But I did come back with a little bit of coffee. Need some gas. And coffee beans. I haven't grounded them up and used them yet. I really need the coffee grinder to do so. And then I'm also kind of saving it for a special occasion. And then I also came back with some of their cigars. I'm a really big cigar smoker. I think I've mentioned that before on my page. And so I decided to go to Cuba for my birthday to have an experience that I can't wait to go back. Their cigars, their coffee, it was another level. So now I found the closest thing to Cubano Café as I could find out here. And I forget the name of it right now, to be honest with you. But it's the closest thing to it. So I know it's looks like a big cup, but it's really espresso size. But anyways, so today I'm on a mission. See if I can't get me a couple dollars. One thing that I do as a little, I wouldn't even really say it's a side hustle, because I've only done it once, because I found out the value of clocks. So I don't know if you guys can see this clock back here that I have in my baby's car seat, but I was at a garage sale, and it was the last day of the garage sale this past Sunday, and they were giving away everything that was left. And so they was giving away these this clock I saw sitting on the table. They were giving away. It doesn't work, it's missing parts. But one thing that I found out is that they still hold a lot of value, because the parts are hard to come by for people that repair clocks. And so I did some research on Google. Hey, I got a little trick for you guys. If you ever want to know what the value of something is, download the Google app if you already don't have it on your phone. And in the search bar up there, you'll see where it has a little camera. Click the little camera and take a picture of what it is that you have. And it'll pop up all the different online places that they sell it, such as like eBay or Amazon or, you know, Craigslist, whatever. And that'll help you find out the value of whatever it is that you have. You know, I've done it with coins, because I collect coins. I've done it with like this clock here. I also, one thing that I like to collect are old lighters, old table lighters. So I have like 2 of them right now that I need to get the parts for to get them to work. You know, just something else. You I think that they're really cool table lighters with the crystal glass bottoms or the stainless steel. But I'm gonna take this clock to this repair guy that I sold another clock to a while ago. See if he's interested in buying this clock off me. If he is, then make me a couple dollars and go buy some more horse feed. Oh, but I did look up the price of the clock, and the price of the clock was different price. I saw one for $600. They were selling it. That one was in pristine condition, was working and everything. I saw the lowest I think I saw one going for was like $95. So I might be able to wiggle and give me something for this clock. So we'll see if he does that. But on the way while I'm driving to this clock place, I wanted to talk about the current state of horse racing in California right now. Now, for anybody that's not interested, go ahead and fast forward through this video, but make sure you watch the whole thing. You can fast forward through it, just watch the whole thing for me. Helps my algorithm out, helps me get seen, helps me get monetized. As you guys know that I am on a 30-day run to get monetized, and still got a long way to go. I don't get a bunch of views. I think right now my best videos has like 500 and something views. That was the first one I posted. And then everything else is kind of a lot lower, like 10 or 15. I do have one, I think that's like maybe at like 100 and something views, which is cool. And I got a couple at 20 something views, but we're gonna keep grinding because, can't stop, won't stop. You dig? But anyways, I was reading an article today because I was on YouTube first, and I was following this horse racing page, and they were talking about how here in Northern California, they won't be doing any more horse races for the rest of the year. Everything's gonna be down in Southern California. Now, it's kind of sad to hear that because horse racing in California has actually been a big form of entertainment and gambling since the 1800s. But recently, a lot of racetracks have been closing their doors because, just like anything else, the economy's fucked up and the money's not there. Excuse me. The economy's messed up. The money's not there. So what's happening now is these racetracks are closing their doors. Now, one of the things that kept horse racing alive, and I'm specifically talking about thoroughbred racing. And one of these days I'll get into the difference between thoroughbred racing, but what you guys see me do, I work at Sacramento Horse Track, and they do harness racing. And that's basically where they're racing the horses, and the driver is sitting on the cart while the horse is pulling the driver. And Sacramento's the only place that they do that currently at this moment. But thoroughbred racing, which is the most known horse racing that everybody's familiar with, where the jockey is actually on the back of the horse riding the horse, is starting to really, looks like maybe coming to an end, at least in Northern California and possibly California as a whole. And I'm upset because it's like, dang, did I miss the wave? But we'll see what happens. Because my goal is to actually be a thoroughbred trainer. I want to get into that side because that's where the money's at. But if they're not racing, then that means there's no money at all. A positive thing about that is that it could possibly end up being beneficial for the harness racing world, because the harness racing only in California right now is only in Sacramento. They, instead of closing the other remaining tracks that are out here in Northern California, they would possibly bring harness racing. Now, I haven't heard any talks or read any articles about that happening, but I feel like that's an actual viable situation to what's going on in the horse racing world. So a lot of it has to do with just politics. A lot of it has to do with California's regulation and how they have a lot of red tape when it comes to just anything in California. You know, to run and operate a business in California, you have to, you know, walk the line perfectly, because like I said, there's a lot of red tape, meaning there's a lot of bureaucratic BS that's out there that is prohibiting, you know, people from racing and things like that. But I was doing some reading and I found out that they're going to be shutting down and not doing any of the racing during the state fairs that they have in Sacramento and other parts of California. And if you're from California, everybody knows that the state fairs is a really big thing that goes on during the summertime. Usually Sacramento State Fair is for about 2 weeks in August, July, August. They kind of change the dates here and there, but usually around the end of July, beginning of August. And there's about, I think, 3 or 4 other locations at the state where they have state fairs, and they bring the thoroughbred racing to the city, and it makes a lot of money. I don't know what Sacramento makes during that time, but I was reading about another racetrack, I believe in Humboldt County, and they make about $10 million just during the 2 weeks that the fair is there and the horses are there. And what they're saying is that if the fair is no longer in Sacramento or in these other locations with collaboration with thoroughbred racing, they could possibly close the doors of these fairgrounds where they have these horse races, and possibly even completely cancel the fair out as well. I didn't realize that the fair was that the thoroughbred racing played such a major role in, you know, keeping these local state fairs open. So there was a lot of information in that article in regards to it, and what I just to summarize it up is, for the most part, they won't be doing any racing 2025 in Northern California, thoroughbred racing, not at the fairs or not any at the local current tracks that they were supposed to have racing going on. And it's all about the money, man, you know. So, you know, follow me for more information in regards to what ends up happening with the thoroughbred racing. Like I said, there'll still be racing out here in Sacramento with the harness races, so that's cool. And maybe possibly harness racing might become a bigger thing in Northern California just to keep these tracks open. One of the major things too, why California is having a hard time getting the money for thoroughbred racing is because we don't have sports betting. Sports betting is not allowed in California. Now, we do have Indian casinos and we do have card rooms, but you can't do any sports betting at those Indian casinos and card rooms. I found out since I've been working at the track at Cal Expo that that's how the other states are able to stay afloat and provide more prizes, or, you know, bigger prizes for money, because of the betting that is allowed within the state. So, you know, if you're a registered voter and you like horses and you like going to the track, or even if this is new, go to your local track, support them if they're racing, and vote on the law to change for sports betting, you know, because that'll really help keep horse racing alive out here in California. But I just wanted to say that as I get my day started. Take you guys on this journey to sell this clock, hopefully. If not, it is what it is. And then I got some stuff to do at the house in regards to getting things ready for this up and coming season of gardening. So I planned on going to the ranch today. I'm not dressed up as a cowboy today because my feet are still killing me from the other day. I don't know if I told you guys, but I wore the wrong socks at the track the other day, and I got a bunch of blisters on both of my feet. And it didn't help that one of the horses, literally on the foot that had the worst blister, on the pinky toe, that skin was already coming off, at the end of the night, the horse stepped on my toe and crushed it. I really thought my foot was broken. I really did think that my foot was broken. But I took my boot off, wiggled my toe, but the skin was hanging off bad. It was bleeding a little bit. So I'm trying to let my feet heal so that I can make sure that I can work this weekend. So today I'm just in sweats and some tennis shoes, something that won't irritate my already irritated feet. But let's see, I gotta figure out where this place is at. So let me figure out where this place is at, and then I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, now guys, so walking up to this clock repair, watch repair. It's called A Quality Watch Repair. This is them right here if you ever need your stuff fixed. I got a funny story to tell you about this guy. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So I got this old clock, and I was wondering if you might be interested in buying it.
I don't buy a clock like this.
No?
I do repair because no more place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you might.
If you wanna donate, this is not a good one.
No.
It's quartz inside. It's like battery leaking. Oh yeah, battery's been leaking. That's it. You just throw away.
Okay.
You just sometimes need maybe glass. If you wanna donate.
What about a trade?
No trade. This is cheapy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
No luck, guys. Dang it. It's all right though. Still gonna figure it out. So he can't do anything with this clock. He said it doesn't benefit. Now, last time I came here, he actually tried to get over on me. I think it might be the little clocks that might be worth more money. So I'm gonna keep looking and searching for the little smaller clocks. But came in here one time before with a little clock that I had got from a what was it? I got from a thrift store, and I brought it in, and actually I just wanted to get it fixed, and he was like, oh, something, I can't remember exactly what it was, some crazy outrageous price to fix it or something. And so he started taking the little pieces apart of the clock to see, I guess, if he could fix it or not. And then when he said how much it was, I was like, oh, okay, no, thank you. I walked out, I got back in my car, Then when I got back in my car, I noticed that a piece of the clock was missing. So I walked back in there, and I was like, hey, you know, a piece of the clock is missing. Huh? What? I said, yeah, this piece that went here. And I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's like a Russian guy or something. And I didn't think anything of it at first. I just thought he forgot to put it back on. And then what made me realize that he literally stole the part or planned on stealing the part from me was he offered me money for the clock. And I was like, all right. I think it was like $30 or something like that. I can't remember exactly how much he offered me. But he offered me money for the clock. And it was funny that he did that because that's what made me realize, like, that wasn't an accident. He actually tried to get over on me and steal the little, I think it was a screw or something. Steal a little screw, and didn't think I would notice it. And instead of me, you know, getting mad or getting upset, you know, or having him, you know, instead of him, you know, doing that and then creating an issue with me, he just offered to buy the clock. So that didn't work. It's all right. It's always another way to get another dollar. We're gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna head back to the house now and start doing this yard work that I gotta do today. And check me out. Let's see what the dogs do. Get it. Alright, so I'm back at the house now, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start mixing the soil. I don't know if you guys watched the other video, but the previous video we went and got horse manure from the ranch, and I just dumped it over here at my yard. So I'm gonna shovel that up on top of the chicken manure that we have. You can see a couple of my chickens I have here. Let's see. That's one. That's another one. I got my chickens separated right now because they're not laying eggs. So I'm trying to figure out which ones are laying, which ones are eating the eggs, because we're getting rid of them. And then hopefully they'll all start laying pretty soon here. So watch me while I work. guys, well, that's the video for today. I didn't get a chance to finish because I ran out of staples. So I'll show you what I'm doing so you can see why I ran out of staples. But so taking these bags here, black bags, and I'm making a lining. So I need to staple around the bags. And so I ran out of staples, so I can't finish, but I'll show you what the finished product looks like over here. Get this out of there. But this is the finished product here. From one of the beds, I'm gonna add another layer of the soil. But what I did was I mixed the soil with the horse manure and the chicken manure. And this is what we got. So follow me on my Cowboy Cope gardening. And this is actually going to be in my front yard. If you couldn't already tell or see, this is my front yard here. So I'm gonna be growing vegetables in the front yard. You know, maybe I could barter or trade with some people on the street. So we'll see. But that's it for today, guys. Catch me on the next video. And remember, we get the sun right. We live in our dreams. Are you?